Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Tony Murata on Legacy CloudPost, which, yeah, Tony, a huge thank you for joining us. You've actually obviously come back to a bit of a different build of CloudPost than what you typically played before you took a bit of a break. Can you run us through some of the changes that we can now see in front of us?
Yeah. So basically, there's just a tons of changes. This list was initially built by True Futurism, so give credit to him for the deck building. But basically, probably the biggest card that make in this new list is Planar Nexus, which is a non-basic that counts as every type of like non-basic land type, which includes Locust, obviously, which goes well with Cloudpost. But also importantly is an Urza's mine and an Urza's power plant. So because of that, the deck also is playing Urza's Tower now, which you have a Planar Nexus in play, then any Urza's Tower from there adds 3 mana. So basically makes an otherwise like bad Urza's land into like a Mishra's Workshop, but for like real mana. And then but that's just for the mana base. And then, of course, there's a lot of other powerful new cards that came out in Modern Horizons 3, like specifically Sowing Mycospawn, which basically upon casting lets you tutor up any land, and also comes into play untapped, which is great. As well as Vexing Bauble, which basically this prevents blue decks. I guess everybody knows what Vexing Bauble does. And then also Kozilek's Command, which is just a good mana sink for all the mana you're making. Just does a wide variety of different things.
Yeah, the sort of Eldrazi part of the deck and Vexing Bauble, which I kind of think of like as an Eldrazi based, like if you were in like their mentality, then Vexing Bauble is something that they would probably create.
Yeah,
The decks, yeah, seeing a really big improve, not just in the mana base, but also in the threats and just the different ways to win the game as well. That it would be kind of hard. You'd have to like kind of go back and like relearn post in some ways, especially with sequencing, I would feel, with Planar Nexus.
yeah, certainly. And you're also kind of just changing up like the general game plan compared to the old list, where you're just trying to basically live long enough to reach like Emrakul mana. In this build, it's more just about the explosiveness and getting your like 4 mana threats out as fast as possible with your Nexus and Tower combo. So I feel like that speed basically it does a lot for this deck in the current metagame.
Yeah, the Kozilek's Command is a card which I have found to be pretty disastrous in terms of playing against like power level, trying to mitigate it. Like who would have thought that, you know, in 2024 Gadok Teague would be a card you think about against Eldrazi. And yeah, I mean, when you don't have much to do in terms of your mana, being able to just create a bunch of spawns and potentially draw a card to then be able to just hardcast your Emrakul or your Ulamog. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. And I think it works well as well with like the whole Karn into lattice move as well, if you do want to have some extra mana there.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a kind of like a demonic tutor when you have enough mana.
Yeah, funnily enough, someone in chat said, "Are you allowed to play decks that don't have Green Sun Zenith as the summit?" You were before just saying that you kind of do miss the Green Suns version of CloudPost with, you know, Prime Time and Reclaimers.
Yeah, I do, to be honest.
Yeah,
Just
it is. I I do. Yeah, I do really miss that version as well. I think Prime. It's just great to know that like Prime Time had a place in Legacy.
yeah, for sure. I guess like even even like nowadays, Primeval Titan probably wouldn't be that great just because of Consigned to Memory, countering the trigger. But
Yes. Yeah, that's been a pretty big card coming out of MH3 that I think was a little bit underlooked. And a lot of boards are picking it up because it just deals on like both axis and countering the Eldrazi, or if you just care about the trigger, potentially getting rid of the cast trigger.
yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Any sort of basic tips with sequencing for CloudPost?
In this build, you're pretty much just trying to assemble your Planar Nexus plus Urza's Tower combo as soon as possible. So it's pretty much just play one of those two turn 1, another one turn 2. But obviously, if like your hand just has like a couple CloudPosts, you can always just go that route.
I'm trying to get my head around. It's just weird to not see like there's only the 2 Boseijus, the 2 forests, the Yav, and then you do have the Elvish Spirit Guides as green mana, but a lot of the rest is colorless. I guess Planar Nexus helps a little bit there with the filtering.
Yeah, it's a slow like color filter, but I guess the green mana is not super important, or not as important as it was in like the old build. So it's usually just being able to hold up a crop rotation or play your Mycospawn, and then once you have like a single green source, you're usually good.
Yeah.
Or yeah, and if you don't have like a forest out, you could just like there's always the possibility of just going the whole game with colorless mana and winning that way.
Yeah, like to be fair, other than Mycospawn and Crop to some extent once, there aren't that many green spells in the deck, which I assume is why there's only the one Yav, as it's kind of there as like a tutor ability target if you really do need it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could see running a second copy of it, but
One other thing that the deck's moved away from is like the sort of Pithy Needle or Disruptive Flute element to play against Wasteland decks. Is there just so many good lands now that it doesn't really matter if you get hit by 1 or 2 Wastelands, that you kind of now have CloudPost, but then also the Planar Nexus with Tower set up?
yeah, well, a lot of lists do run the Disruptor Flute, the new Pithy Needle, which I sometimes do too, but like for this particular build, just decided to not use it. But this deck is kind of doesn't care about being wastelanded as much as the old one. Usually, just like it can usually just be more upfront about like playing either its tower or Nexus, and then if you get wastelanded, since you can just get 4 mana pretty quickly, it just doesn't really care as much.
Yeah. Nice. I'm pretty keen to get into a league. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the deck before we do anything for like beginners potentially wanting to pick up the deck?
We're trying a white splash out of the sideboard, as made popular by True Futurism. So basically, against Eldrazi, any creature deck, we're often siding out like Vexing Baubles, and so Swords of Plowshares obviously being the greatest like creature removal. We're gonna put that in, but I am kind of like concerned about being able to find a white source in a lot of matchups. So we'll see if we need it, if that ends up coming up.
Yeah. Nice. I'm pretty keen to see it as well. I know we've seen, say, Dismember in the board for a long time to deal with creatures, but with things like Frog and even the life loss, like, and Swords just being a nice clean answer, I can definitely see the appeal of wanting to move towards just, 1 mana, deal with kind of any threat, most likely.
Yeah, there's nothing better when you need to like remove a creature than Swords of Plowshares.
Yes. Nice. All right. Very much looking forward to this. I feel like we've wanted to do a co-stream for a little while, and it just never lined up, but here we are.
I know you you trophied with Newton, and you were on like a 3-0 streak with Mark, so it's a pretty tough act to follow.
Yeah, we don't need to know what happened with that league with Mark. We'll just keep it at 3-0. But yeah, it's been a great weekend. A lot of good results. Always cool to try new decks as well.
Nice.
Hmm.
I would just keep it in case you have crop rotation with a green source plus Urza's Tower into one of your 2/4 drops.
Yeah, which is pretty nice. The Planar Nexus, does it come to play tapped? Is it any downside?
No, it's untapped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue.
Just to confirm, we can untap here and play around days by playing tower, cropping for the the land, Planar Nexus, sorry, and then being able to cast our spells.
Yeah. Depending on what we draw, we might not even want to go for a crop rotation. But I kind of feel like doing it.
Yeah. Nice. In the blind, do you have a card here that you like the most to get on board?
I think. I mean, if this resolves, then they probably don't have like a counter from there. So I probably would just play the One Ring, which is kind of like the better from an early point.
Yeah. Yeah, the Karn could be a little bit lackluster, but at least the ring, you kind of know what it's going to do.
Yeah. I hope I didn't like just set us up for failure. This is kind of a loose crop rotation.
That's all good. I really like making them have it. Like they had to brainstorm there to find the force as well, most likely.
Yeah, me too.
But thankfully we do run 26 lands. So like just making land drops here is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that is a green source.
Yeah, I would just copy. Yeah, maybe we should have mulliganed the hand. Just got like kind of gung ho about getting the 4 mana as fast as possible.
Yeah, it is tricky. They're also pretty they're brainstorm locked. They pondered and shuffled, didn't find the land, and then they brainstormed, and now they haven't even found a land either. So, the tab is still worth playing.
Yeah,
we sadly don't have the mana even to build out the key command, but I guess the key command and tab don't really work that well together.
Nah. Another ponder.
Wow. Okay. That's very interesting. I feel like sometimes the cantrip cartel just don't help you. And yeah, like I guess the crop there is pretty nice. But
yeah, I don't think I feel like we shouldn't have won.
Yeah, that's even pretty tricky because I think that if they're not doing anything, they most likely have another force. So even the crop there probably doesn't get through.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
All right, this is going to test you. We've seen Brainstorm, Ponder, and Force of Will with an island.
I would just resubmit the same list.
Yeah, I like that a
Vexing
lot.
Bauble, yeah. Vexing Bauble is probably going to be good.
That's one thing I liked about the kind of older versions of CloudPost that you played, where the sideboard's typically like 3 4-ofs and a 3-of, and if they're relevant, you bring them in. If not, you pretty much just submit the same list, and you're probably going to do okay.
Yeah, I like to try and keep it simple in those lists. Just go all in against like certain strategies with your sideboard. I guess you could bring the Veils in, maybe replace 2 crop rotations, but I'm also just fine just keeping the same. Basic island and just cantrips.
And a lot of shuffling. Okay. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like this. It's a lot better than the first hand.
Especially if the once finds a... I mean, I have to get used to these names. Sowing Mycospawn. I think that's probably like the thread of choice, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much like the best threat you could find up once upon a time. Although this game you could potentially just like start with CloudPost and ramp that way.
Yeah, even just wait on the once. We don't really need to cast it ASAP
Agreed.
if we have the lands we want to cast or play.
Yeah, I would do that.
Kozilek's command has definitely added a lot to Eldrazi as a way to deal with things like Night of the Reliquary or like Collect Oof if that's relevant. But a lot of like main deckable removal just seems so strong for Eldrazi now, and command just being, you know, that's only one thing it can do. If there's no creature in the field, it can do other things. But this card's just so versatile.
Oh, agreed. I top 16 with this list in the qualifier event last Sunday, and I remember all of the modes on Kozilek's command came up like multiple times. So
nice. Yeah, huge congratulations. That's a really awesome event to do well at, especially after a big break. Like coming back and just doing your thing is pretty cool.
Thank you.
I do like how it.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I do like how Planar Nexus obviously can't fit in every single non-basic land type.
Yeah. Cave, desert. Man. They're really pushing like caves for some reason. Cameo.
What did you play against in your event?
A couple blue blacks, a couple Eldrazi, a painter, a red Stompy. Pretty wide variety of different strategies.
Yeah.
I remember my losses were to a blue black and a red Stompy.
Okay. Yeah, red Stompy seems pretty tough if they get like a moon effect down before you find your green source.
Yeah. From this point, I probably would once upon a time, and hopefully we find a Mycospawn.
Nice. No, but we do find another CloudPost.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
And
then I would probably say just continue ramping with CloudPost.
Yeah.
Not really doing anything else. Maybe just attempt a big Kozilek's command at some point.
I know Sleep Talk is a local player. I'm not sure if they know about this new card, but Planar Nexus is every non-basic land type. So this version of the deck only needs to play Urza's Tower because this is Urza's Mine and it is Power Plant and Tower. So it's pretty cool that, yeah, you just get to play the towers. That's pretty insane.
This looks like some kind of control. Jeskai.
Yeah. Did you play against the Harbinger of the Tides in your tournament?
Yeah, a couple times. And definitely is one of the reasons why there's a Swords of Plowshares sideboard.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, just play Eye.
Yeah. We can Emrakul next turn, right? 2, 9, even more with Nexus, and we have the Spirit Guide if we need it, but I don't think we do, because that'll be 4 each.
Yeah, we're at Emrakul.
It's nice to be on this side of kind of the unfairness.
Yeah. That was pretty much the greatest top deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny to be playing against like Brainstorm and Ponder and not really caring about it too much. Like, we know what we need to do. We know that they don't really have too many answers for it.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about like the Harbinger, like you're saying, or like a moon effect. But if it's like a blood moon or back to basics, we just have like the Boseiju.
Yeah, very true. And having the Spirit Guide with it just pairs so well.
Yeah.
Cast.
on.
Yeah.
Cast a turn.
Do nothing.
I mean, those basic lands they fetched up are pretty ominous.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Emrakul. And then, yeah, either Nexus or Glimmerpost gets us there.
Hell yes.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they could have, like maybe dress down to buy some time, but yeah, honestly, like I can definitely tell where control players over the years have been like, oh no, it's Eldra. It's like, it's CloudPost.
Yeah, I think if they had like dress down into Swords of Plowshares, even we had that covered with Spirit Guide, Boseiju.
Very true.
It's
Yeah.
definitely something could happen.
Yeah, I love those sort of lines. That's very cool to think about. We had that thankfully with Depths, and had the mana open because Depths stays a legendary creature. We only had the one green, but thankfully with Boseiju, that's all you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any other sort of like cards you've been playing around with to beat things like Harbinger? Sword seems like a pretty good bet though. I wasn't sure if you've tried out like a fetch land, which can get both the forest or the plains.
I haven't tried a fetch land yet. There's that forest cycling creature from the Lord of the Rings, Generosent, which I guess could get you
Yes,
like a savannah potentially.
very true. Yeah. It's tough as well because you look at the deck and go, oh, there's heaps of like utility. There's obviously space to move things around, but it's probably the opposite where it's so like a lot of thought has been put into the targets that there's not really that much room to like, oh yeah, you could add in a fetch. Like you got to really think about the where.
Yeah, yeah. The list is pretty tight as it is. Oh, Dan. Hey, what's up?
Dan, I hope the family's well. And I hope Dan is playing Eternal Weekend. I'm not sure if you're playing Eternal Weekend, Tony.
I can't, unfortunately. I'll be there in spirit.
You're just letting someone else win. It's really generous of anything.
I haven't been to Eternal Weekend since before COVID. I'll try and make it back maybe next year.
Nice. This is probably like one of the more fairer hands. Like the lands just tap for one.
Yeah, I would send it back.
Yeah, we can't currently even cast the Kolaghan's commands, which is tough. So
Yeah, just could be better.
okay.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
It's not superb, but I think it's going to be better than like a 5, like a random 5.
Yeah. I think. What would you put back here?
I would put back the Kozilek's command, I think.
Okay.
Because it's a kind of intense on the mana and like doesn't do enough, and like unlike Karn, this could just like do something when it's like played. But I could see an argument for putting Karn back as well.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that I've moved towards with Maverick is if I get a 6 with like say a Collector Oof, then I sometimes keep it because I find that with the Mulligan I need to have potentially Oops I Win where I'm up against like a Lotus Petal deck. And potentially the Karn could be relevant against an artifact deck. But I do like your reasoning with the command as well.
Vexing Bauble, I think, is probably worth keeping. Just like you said, if they're like a Man Rock deck or.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we once first, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably just the land.
Yeah, exactly. Take the Yavimaya.
And then sequencing's always interesting.
Yeah, I would I mean, we don't have any green cards in hand, so we could potentially just like we do get wastelanded, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we get
Yeah.
the Yavimaya. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
just play the Yavimaya.
I like that reasoning.
Bauble.
It's nice as well. I think CloudPost is a nice deck you can most of the times F6 with, which can just give you more time to think about what you want to do on your next turn.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's not good.
Okay. That means we can ring or Karn next turn if we play the post this turn?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just play CloudPost. I wish we'd found that CloudPost last turn, but...
Yeah. Okay.
This is probably getting Blood Moons.
That's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. And I think I would play one of the One Rings and just get that going. Yeah, Glimmerpost.
Yeah, especially while we have it. The thought on Karn is that it turns off the treasure, which stops them from having 3 natural mana, but I would assume they would have a land, especially after the draw of Fable.
Yeah, agreed. I think plus they usually just have like Fury to like do the last 4 damage to Karn. So I think we just wait on Karn.
There's no reason to draw here either. You can just draw on their end step.
Correct, yeah.
Cool.
And hopefully we can dodge like a Blood Moon effect for as long as possible.
Yes. Yeah, because what is the Mega deck out to Magus? Other than Ulamog.
Just floating mana from Kozilek's command is probably the only thing we...
Nice.
It's really our only option, game 1.
Interesting. We do get the basic here, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this card is made like the red Stompy list kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, definitely for Maverick and those sort of decks where you have like a big, a knight or 2 and they just get to swing through it all. That can be pretty tough. But it is interesting that it kind of goes against their Blood Moon plan, and giving us the ability to actually just have the forest is nice.
Yeah. I don't know, as Maverick, it must be kind of weird, like trying to decide whether to like fetch up like a basic in the first place so that it doesn't happen, or...
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So we could draw first to try to find another colorless source for the Kozilek's command.
Yeah, I would start with the One Ring draw.
There we go.
And yeah, I'd say just play Planar Nexus, and then... Man, how much do we fear like a moon? I mean, we can't answer the enchantment Blood Moon anyway. But...
Two, 6.
How do you feel about playing one of the Karns out and just like ticking up on their treasure?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, the only other play, like they didn't play a land last turn. They actually went after our mana then instead of playing a land. So I don't mind that. And I feel like with the ring in play, moving towards like an Ulamog win, which we can cast through a Blood Moon effect, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they don't end up killing this Karn next turn, we could possibly at least like get a Lattice out and have that ready to go. Even though the Karn like wouldn't survive like the backswing. But we'll have to see.
They attack the Karn, which I think is a huge win for us, especially with the ring in play. Like just any amount of damage going towards the Karn is also a thought behind why you play the Karn.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you could also, our last turn we could have made the Bauble like a blocker, but I don't know how
Yeah.
good that is.
Quick question. This is actually kind of cool. If the ring's about to kill you and you want to get off the field, can you make it a creature and then play Karakas and Karakas it to your hand?
Yeah, you can.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
So, yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
That's scary.
Especially with the reflections.
Yeah, yeah. So we should probably think about answering that then, or something.
Just to confirm, like the bridge is interesting to think about. We could like maybe not. You could go wide with the K commands, like making mana, make mana, and then
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to like with the One Ring out if we're gonna keep drawing to like get below like a reasonable amount,
yes.
and also they're gonna be able to keep making new Pyroglyph tokens soon if we don't do anything about that, which just like gets around bridge.
Very true.
So I think I would probably start by just drawing with One Ring, and then we're probably gonna play Tower as the land. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's nice to also have the option of just playing the ring, getting protection, but keeping the one with the counters.
Yeah, I like that. I think if we do that, then yeah, I'm just thinking we'll have to answer that the Kiki-Jiki reflection or the Pyroglyph, one or the other at some point before we lose all the protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you say?
So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 mana. To get rid of the reflections, we would have to key command for X equals 3, which is 5 mana. But we could have the other side of the 5 mana be 3 tokens to then play the other ring.
Yeah, I like that actually. I think we do remove or yeah, the thing for, let's see what's the most we can make with it and still be able to play the One Ring. I guess
Yeah, I
just like,
guess we can also pump everything into it and then just get the X ones.
yeah, like that. So yeah, we'll do it for 5, get 5 tokens, and then just have like a leftover Eldrazi spawn.
We get them and then we get rid of the reflections.
Yeah. You have to kind of be careful with that too, the way like the order you sequence things, because if you play the One Ring first, you like gain protection from like targeting yourself.
Yes, very true.
It's funny in a way.
And then I think protection is worth it.
Yeah, I would do it. Or well,
Only taking a little amount. This also allows us to hold up key command for a Magus.
yeah, I like just keeping it and just passing from here. Agreed.
Creed.
To end this game, I'm thinking if we can just get like 10 mana in a single turn and also like a crop rotation, we can just Karn Lattice and then get Tabernacle, assuming they have like no moon effect out, and then just win that way.
Nice. 5. This might be a Fury, which isn't too bad because we'll just use the
Yeah, exactly.
command. Or, so we can currently for 2, or we could just go all out.
If we are willing to part with the Spirit Guide, we could, and that one, we could just kill the Pyroglyph.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's worth doing. I mean, I guess if we're going to lose them anyway, might as well.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we're happy to take 1 hit of 8 and go down to 11 because we do have double ring coming.
Yeah.
So maybe keeping as much mana otherwise is where we want to be.
And then just use the command to scry as well as make more tokens, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
We scry and create, and we are both a target player.
Yeah, I guess you can cycle, just use the other spawn as well, just because it's going to create itself anyway, like replace it. Like, yeah.
Yes, very true.
Just get a slightly bigger scry.
Sorry. Okay. Here we go. Third time lucky. Nice. We are going to scry, and we're also going to create us, and then use all 5.
No, I did the same thing when I first played that card in Moto. It's just very wonky.
What don't we want?
I really like. Well, I want to keep that crop rotation at least.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our Tabernacle later.
Hmm.
Let's see. So we have 7 mana in play, 8 with the Spirit Guide. If we play the CloudPost next turn, that'll give us enough mana the turn after that to do our whole thing. I kind of like actually all these cards, and then Boseiju's kind of like a fallback in case they like Blood Moon.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice. And then we also have ring into ring, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. If we end up drawing into like another Urza's Tower, we could just win next turn. Because we'll have our 10 mana for Karn plus Lattice, and as well as like a crop rotation to go get Tabernacle. So there's that possibility.
Nice.
Actually, what am I thinking? With our spawns, we already have like the 10 mana. So
we do too.
Yeah. So we can just win this turn then. Yeah.
I guess tower here just does it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, just do that. And then next turn we'll have to get rid of our... Oh, we have another 1 ring, so yeah.
So we currently have 14 mana in total, which is Karn, Lattice, and Ring.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're better at counting this than I am.
Because that is 10, and then we have 3 left over plus the Spirit Guide.
10. Yeah, we'll be 1 mana short, I think, because we're going to have to use 1 for the crop rotation. But...
yes, that's if we want to crop this turn.
Yeah, I would. I would just Karn, get Lattice, and then crop rot for Tabernacle.
Yes, there's no need to play the ring.
Yeah. We'll just do that next turn.
Lattice. Nice. We want to use 1 green to crop, let's say, the Yav away.
You can actually once you have Lattice out, it lets you use like any mana as like any color. So but
nice. So you actually don't even need the green for the...
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's actually very sweet.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo. Nice.
Sweet.
Very cool. Bauble once. Yeah.
I guess I could have Spirit Guide potentially to pay for.
That's true. Yeah. Is it an activated ability? Yeah, it is.
But I think it doesn't. And I'm pretty sure they can still Spirit Guide through it,
Yes.
but not 100% sure. I haven't actually seen it happen.
Do we even care about these?
No, I wouldn't. And then just play the One Ring and
Nice.
be done with it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like we could draw here as well.
Yeah.
3, 4, new ring.
Whatever you want.
Keep this one.
And then I would just make the Lattice a 6/6 creature and just chop them down.
Nice. Three, 4, 5, 6. We can't get another 3 mana in play.
Yeah, I mean the game's already over at this point, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, could even like get the Micro in play, Mycospawn, but
Whenever it gets to this point and the opponent doesn't scoop, I'll just pretty much just attack them and then do nothing else.
that's pretty nice.
Damn, that was just one game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would just have to be. I would just scoop or just pass, and then so we don't like use any more time. I didn't realize how long this was taking.
Is this game 1?
Yeah.
It is too. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
No, my bad. I was.
It's even the same clock as well. That was, yeah, irrelevant. Apologies.
No, you're good. Sometimes I feel like I spend like way too much time thinking about these things. Yeah, you don't have to pay it. It's
Indestructible.
Yeah.
Nice. We do get to see a bit more of their deck, which I assume is pretty normal. Like they are playing Caves, they're playing Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the more like aggressive, like initiative build looks like.
All right. What do you like? I think the forces are a pretty easy one.
Yeah, definitely forces. I would probably bring the swords planes package. That would be the only thing coming in. Baubles are bad.
Yep. Would you cut Bog? Or do you try to keep up on lands?
I think we can afford to cut a land, so I would cut Bog then.
Cool.
Bog, and then 2 more things. I mean, we kind of need like crop rotation's not great, but we kind of need the green cards for Force of Vigor.
Yeah. Does this count? No, it doesn't. This card has no color.
No. How do you feel about siding out maybe 2 of the Kozilek's commands? Just
Yeah.
so it's like conditional on like having enough mana to be like useful for.
Yes. Especially post-board against a deck that I assume is going to target our mana pretty quickly. That having 2 colorless seems like a bit of a luxury. But of course we have both. But we
Yeah.
have like Forest and Boseiju, which makes me pretty happy.
Yeah, this looks good. And probably we just lead with CloudPost, most likely.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm guessing this is going to be like a Blood Moon or Magus, one or the other.
Ah, Bombardiers.
Okay. It's also a very scary card.
Yeah, very quick.
Of course, we draw like 2 Kozilek's command, like card that's not spectacular. Okay. Yeah, I would just play the Nexus, and then
We could do 1K command. 2.
yeah, we could. Yeah,
1.
we don't have enough mana yet. We could only do it for 1 right now. But I guess that'd probably be better than like nothing.
Yeah, it would ramp us.
Yeah, I think you're right actually. Yeah, maybe I was wrong to suggest playing the CloudPost turn 1 because we kind of got punished by when we drew that Nexus by not playing the tower out, but that's my bad.
They're going to try to throw the Fury here, I think.
Yeah. So we'll go to 7.
Which, like, yeah, I don't think, like, we could, if we really wanted to, move towards Glimmerpost, but I don't think that's worth it. Sorry,
no,
Glacial Chasm.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I feel like it sets us back like too far at this point.
Yeah.
This version of Post is not as good a Glacial Chasm deck as the old list, unfortunately, but still think the card is like worth having in the list. Yeah, that's fine. It's pretty good.
Create scry. I guess we could also exile this creature.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be better at this point. Yeah, exile scry. Or sorry, exile. Yeah, you're good.
Mana.
Token.
Guess the ring would be sweet. Emrakul's a little bit far off. But we do have the ability to get rid of this now.
Yeah. I think we probably should because it's gonna. Yeah, because we're dead to it currently on board. They'll throw the ring at us +2. So. Yeah.
So we can do it beginning of combat. So if they have another one, they don't get us.
Yeah. Good call. Yeah, so we could do it for 5 or X equals 5 if we're willing to.
Yeah, which is close to Emrakul.
Yeah. See if we get.
This is actually not too bad still.
Yeah. Is this worth doing? I'm trying to think if it's worth like crop rotating that or not.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, if we were to crop rotation and get.
Yes. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we should. And probably just get another Nexus, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh.
that gets us closer, potentially, to like another tower, which would get us like Emrakul.
Yeah. Nexus. And then we also get this and this.
Yeah.
Create, exile.
Yeah, yeah.
Us, this mana. We get 4, 7. So close.
Yeah, if we didn't have to use that crop rotation right there, I was thinking like we could probably get another tower and probably maybe get to Emrakul mana. I didn't really count it out, but seems like it.
Oh. All right, so we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so close.
Yeah, we're 2 mana short still.
Hmm. 3, 6. Is there a way? Is there a way we could play Yavimaya, float mana, use a green to go and get Eye, and then Eye taps for 1 and also makes Emrakul cost 2 less?
We can't get to Emrakul mana this turn, but we could like do what you're saying and get a Mycospawn potentially and ramp that way. So let's see, 3, 5, 6, 7. If we float a mana from, so we play Yavimaya and then float green off of Yavimaya and Planar Nexus. Then we crop rotation away the Yavimaya. Then we have a green floating plus 5, 7. Yeah, I would do
6.
that.
So,
Untap the Nexus real quick.
sorry, we have...
So play the Yavimaya out first.
yes. So this
you
is...
need that. Wait, no, don't play it. No, it's okay.
I believe we have Emrakul mana. Because we have 6 here, 4 here, crop is free, and then we crop away the CloudPost for Eye of Ugin, which taps for 1 mana, which is 11, and then Emrakul is 2 less, which is 13. But we need to pay... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Apologies.
No, you're good. I think I'll just like pass it at this point and just hope we live through next turn. Because I think we could have like crop rotated, floated some green mana, played Eye, search for Mycospawn, and then play the Mycospawn this turn.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's okay.
Apologies.
No, you're better at this math than I am.
I got caught up on Eye making Emrakul cheaper, but you still need to pay for Emrakul.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it like takes a mana to like actually cast the crop rotation itself, so that like would be a sync. If they don't do a moon effect here, we can crop rot the Yavimaya for a CloudPost, and then with our land drop next turn have exactly 15. But that's if they don't like moon us here.
They got rid of the bombardiers, which is interesting. Maybe they have another one because you can just bombardiers and throw.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrifying.
Hieroglyph.
Does that kill us?
Like, I sadly don't think Glacial Chasm does anything.
No. I would just take it. I don't know if we're dead or not, but okay.
It might just be another one.
if it's another one, then I guess we're just like 100% dead. I was just thinking like we could win this turn if we survive this turn, and like they also don't moon us. That's probably wishful thinking. God, what is this?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So we get rid of the Yav
Yeah,
for a
and get another
CloudPost.
correct. And then we'll play the forest in hand, and then sack the tokens to play the Emrakul.
The protection's a little bit tough.
Yeah, like it still might not be enough, but oh, it's good. So yeah, I should have exactly 15 here. And then next turn, I would just start with attacking with Emrakul, see what they do, and then say if they leave themselves no mana sources, we can go get like Tabernacle with this Mycospawn.
Nice.
Maybe Glimmerpost, but or maybe even Glacial Chasm too. Keeping their mana.
Maybe it's Glacial Chasm here?
Yeah, I like Glacial Chasm. Yeah. And then play the forest out afterwards. And I guess just sack the forest.
Yes, the one in play.
Yeah. And that way you can hold up like Boseiju still.
Nice. Oof. Oof.
Yeah, still not out of the woods yet. But I don't know if they have enough mana to like do anything.
Yeah, thankfully, like Bombardiers, we have Boseiju to take out like a Chrome Mox. Oh, we can even just Chrome Mox it here. They do get to search.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get a land anyway.
So it's not worth doing.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd rather them have the Bombardiers. Wondering.
4 mana. That's annoying, but so they could have Bombardiers after, or no, they'll have no lands after this. So yeah, so upkeep, sack the Chasm, and just swing with Emrakul, but keep the Mycospawn back, I guess, just to be safe.
Vesuva copy? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't really matter at this point. I guess just copy CloudPost, but I don't think it really matters.
Wow. Crazy we got out of this, most likely. Nice. Apologies for the time taking. But that was, yeah.
No, that was my bad.
Oof.
Well done.
That was very cool. Nice. I need some water.
No, I didn't realize like how long that first game took.
Same, 100%. Yeah. Apology. I didn't mean to take so long. I didn't realize we were taking so much time as well.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Nice. Clean wins.
Yeah. With this version, I feel like I win more games by Karning into Lattice more than anything else. Like, Emrakul sometimes happens, but definitely not as often as it does in, like, the old list. Like, I guess, like, the 10 mana for Karn Lattice is just much more, like, attainable than searching up, like, Eye and then playing, like, a 13 mana Emrakul.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm so happy you won that match.
Yeah, I was getting caught on iMath, where it does make it 2 cheaper, but it doesn't give you the 2 mana to cast it for 2 cheaper as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not like true mana. It's just
Oof. I'm just gonna change my shirt as well.
oh yeah.
I do like as well, I find CloudPost, the players that play it, play CloudPost. There's not many players who like dabble in CloudPost and then go back to like Blue-Black Reanimator or, you know, Jeskai Control.
Yeah, we pretty much just stick with our big mana, with our Locust lands.
Would you call True Futurism a CloudPost player or a Legacy player who plays CloudPost?
Definitely a CloudPost player, but
Nice.
he's like a just generally good player as well. Because I remember he was doing well with like Delver when Blue Red was like the main thing.
Cool.
So yeah, it's nice to have like a legitimately good like Magic player that is like also playing CloudPost. But I would call him like a CloudPost player for sure.
Yeah, I think one of the best tips for players is like play other decks because you learn so much about your deck as well. Especially if you play against it, you're like, wow, I didn't know this card was like so good against you. Or like, if I was in your position, I now know how that card feels against you.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Ooh, okay. This is a turn 2 ring.
Yeah, yeah. We start with CloudPost.
Nice.
CloudPost, Nexus.
I really like the deeps as well. Like if they do have Wasteland, you just play another CloudPost.
Yeah, same. Sometimes I wouldn't mind having like a second copy just because like usually you're just starting to assemble like a 1-2 your Nexus tower, and then if like one of them gets like answered, Deeps is kind of just like a backup. Like we
Yeah.
never run.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a sweet card to play in Legacy for sure. Oh, sorry, in Depths and Maverick.
Oh yeah. Saga Bauble. So this might be like a deck like Tess or one of those kind of combo matchups.
Hmm.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But that's fine still. I would still play One Ring or play Nexus. One Ring.
That was close. Sorry, I nearly.
You can't take back lands on Moto.
Nice. I don't think we get got by waiting.
Yeah, we should probably just wait, because in case they like, I don't know, like Echo of Eons or something.
Yeah, or like Thoughtseize or.
Yeah, they can't Thoughtseize, but
Ah, of course, because the One
creature.
Ring. Yes, very
Yeah,
true.
but there's just like nothing to gain. Ancient Tomb.
Ooh, okay.
Painter. Okay. I don't really mind the Painter matchup. Like,
Yeah, having the color of this for Boseiju is pretty nice.
yeah, that's good. They
Grindstone.
could still like Spirit Guide. Oh yeah, Spirit Guide Red Blast, but that's still fine.
Ooh. Okay.
So, let's see if we play. Yeah, I would just draw first. Sorry.
Yeah, but most likely tower. Oh, having
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Spirit Guide's nice.
Because we drew that Spirit Guide, we could kick the Mycospawn if we want to,
Hmm.
and also destroy their Urza Saga.
Nice.
But
Then they do have this with the tomb.
like, maybe it's better holding up Boseiju. Because I feel like you have Emrakul to prevent that, but they might have like Soul Guide Lantern in their deck to stop that.
Yeah,
Or they
very
might just
true.
I feel like it's probably in your best interest to like bait them into trying to grindstone you, and then once they go for it, just to be safe, we could like hold up Boseiju for it. But I don't know. It's just I guess what I'm saying is just play tower and pass.
Yes, because we do also have 1 mana. We do have the ability to K command now, take out the painter, and then also if we want Boseiju the saga.
Yeah, we could do that. I think that's probably.
We could also just go all in on the K command making tokens, and then have the tokens plus Spirit Guide to Boseiju.
Yeah, I like that.
Create, exile, cast, us, this.
I am
Nice.
alive. Hey, just took a nice break. But I'm glad you're here. JK, haha.
Nice. Exile, this.
Wait, you don't have to do that yet.
Ah, I guess to stop them from getting a construct?
Yeah, I think so. You could do that, it's fine. I was just thinking of holding it back for like another painter somewhere down the line, but maybe it is best to just stop construct beats. I feel like pretty solid in this game anyway, but I like just dealing with that saga. How's it going, Ravenous Panda? It's been a while.
Nice.
Hope you've been good.
Panda is somewhat of a local, which is cool.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. There's some very cool tokens from Kai Zaratarix, some Star Wars based ones for his Urza Saga and lands.
Oh, awesome. Nice. Someday I want to go out to Australia. And
I'm glad to hear that.
I guess they never have like Grand Prix or like big official tournaments out there, do they?
We used to have, I believe, 2 for Australasia. We used to get 1 a year, but since COVID and after that, I don't believe we are, especially with the new types of events they're coming out with that are GP-like.
Oh, okay. There'll never be big legacy ones again, unfortunately. Like, I don't see them ever doing that.
Yeah. That's kind of sad. Okay.
Another grindstone. So they want to try and do their Agatha's Soul Cauldron Devourer thing. Oh, that's a good draw.
Ooh. 3, 4, 5, 6. Another tower. Interesting.
Yeah, I like it. And then just Ulamog the 2 goblins. And then just have to sack one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goblins are a pain in the ass if you let them stick around.
Yeah, 100%.
Plus, this just gets a like win condition out on the board. If you were to play in a paper tournament today, Dukes, what like deck would you play?
I would play Green White Depths. I would play Green White Depths because I think it's really important to play a deck you know, and also a deck that has a win con, like a just kind of oops, I win. Always helps to keep games short. Yeah, I think Depths. What about you? Oh, I think we know the answer, but we'll ask.
Oh yeah, I would play this.
Nice.
As you know. I like the Force of Vigors.
Yeah, this is an interesting one where I'm like, do I want the swords or not?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Like, is swords better than Bauble?
Yeah, I think just because Bauble seems pretty like bad all around. And more just like that Bauble's not good, more so than swords are good, but
Hmm.
Baubles are just bad. So and I know they usually cite in like a mix of like moon effects. I've seen like both like types of them, but
Yes.
what else?
Karn's obviously great.
Karn's good. Maybe the K commands again. I don't know
Yeah.
how.
Especially if we have the sword.
Yeah, maybe I'm just like underestimating like K command in a matchup like this where you expect our mana to be messed with. Like it's going to be conditional on you having like already like a decent amount of colorless, but if you like do have that mana, it's still worth it.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about maybe putting one of the one rings into the sideboard?
Yeah, cool. Can't target. I like it.
Yeah, and then yeah, and I feel like we don't need the protection in this matchup as much as like a lot of other matches.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, good question from chat. Have you ever thought about, or has there been any discussions around something other than surgical if you're running Vexing Bauble for Graveyard Hate? Like Fairy Macabre if you're playing Once Upon a Time?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have played like Fairy Macabre. Sometimes it's just like Fairy. I was just playing the same list as in the qualifier from a week ago, and for that tournament in particular, I thought Surgical would be better just because I expect to see like maybe lands or I don't know. It's just good in certain positions, but like I wouldn't say Surgical is like strictly better than Fairy. Like Fairy's definitely would be a better choice or
Yeah.
a considered option. Um, I feel like kind of being greedy and mulliganing this.
Yeah, that's fair. The plan of the hand is a little bit off. Like start with CloudPost, but then yeah.
ECP math, foil, signed
Ooh.
Primeval Titans. I would say keep them. I believe that someday Primeval Titan will come back. I have to believe.
I like the thought. I assume keep here bottom the Emrakul.
Yeah, yeah.
Having the
Emrakul.
having the force is really nice.
Yeah, yeah. We have our 4 mana. Our Karn is much better against them. Emrakul against Painter like has to stay in the library so you don't get like milled to death.
That must feel nice. Just knowing that they have to have one more thing than just the combo to go off.
Yeah, we get 3 cards. Man, I miss Primeval Titan. Ooh.
Hmm.
Is it worth forcing that?
Yeah, I guess the thought is like, if we don't force this, then we're waiting until turn 4.
Yeah, well, we could, with our 2 Planar Nexuses, we could potentially just hard cast it from hand, but it still might be
Yes.
worth just forcing it right now.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
Uh, yeah, I'd say just kill it.
Like I think Saga is just that good that like a 2-for-1 isn't the greatest, but it's still like a very powerful thing that they're losing there.
Oh yeah, agreed. And this takes them off mana too, so hopefully they can't get a threat out
Nice.
before we Karn.
um,
Yeah, just Nexus I think is probably best in case they like Painter plus Red Blast.
that's a great point.
Yeah, those are the good old days. Uncounterable prime times before there was consigned to memory, just countering everything.
Okay.
Painter.
Do we just play Karn next turn, right?
Yeah, yeah, I like
That's
it.
pretty sweet. Oof.
Ooh.
That's also interesting because it would allow us to protect the Karn a little bit more from like a red blast.
Yeah, yeah. I actually kind of like playing swords. I think this turn. Yeah, and just kill it now.
Sorry. Boom, boom, boom.
I guess we could get punished if they play like a moon effect next turn, but even then, we still have our 4 mana.
Yeah, which is pretty nice.
I also just miss being able to play Green Sun Zenith. Like that was like my favorite card in the old list. I was considering just playing the old list for your special, but figured I should play what's best.
I appreciate that. It is pretty sad though. Like, such a great card. I think here they'll use the Bauble. Yeah. Do a little cycle.
Yeah. And assuming this card happens, I would say just go get the Lattice, and then we'll try and play it next turn and use it to block.
Nice.
Reclamation Sage, yeah. Good times.
Rexage. Yes. I forgot that card existed, unfortunately.
When Outland Liberator came out, did you just like switch over to that for?
Yeah, I think it was Rexage, and then it was Knight of Autumn because it was a bit of a more flexible card, and then it was Outland.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had Knight of Autumn with white.
Yeah.
White border card. Come on, don't do anything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because we play the lattice next turn, we tick up on the lattice.
Yeah, and then they can never like attack it. So I think we're just good. So yeah.
I'm not too sure how they get out of this.
I don't think
like,
they do.
Like, does Spirit Guide do anything? Can Spirit Guide cast anything that's relevant?
I mean, I guess potentially like Spirit Guide into Bolt, but
yeah, nice. But then thankfully with the backup Karn. Nice, Tony. This is just.
oh yeah, Rexage.
I am very much enjoying this. We have played against Painter, Mono Red Stompy, and like a Jeskai control.
Yeah. Oh man, the second round. I can't believe you won that.
Do you find CloudPost is a deck you go to time with a lot, or do you usually have a bit of time on the clock?
No, I can usually play quick enough to not be like under duress like that, but there's definitely times where like I have to like pick it up, and it's definitely kind of like threatening there.
Yeah, it's also tough like co-streaming and then like interacting with chat, and then like I'm playing it for like somewhat of the first time. So
oh yeah, no, it's oh, you're doing perfect.
How do you find? Have you played against Nadu much?
Not really, no. But I think it probably is going to be bad if we play against it. I mean, we're going to play our creature removal, but even that, it's like they could still just play like hierarchs, and yeah, I haven't played against it at all, to be honest. I think it'd be bad.
On the play, which is great. This seems pretty good. Like if the once finds a soul land,
If you find a Mycospawn, you could also just play whatchamacallit, between Yavimaya and Eye of Ugin as like a turn 2 play.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Ooh, planar.
That's okay. That's fine.
Planar allows us to potentially go turn 2 ring.
Yeah. I'll just play the planar. And then if we draw like our tower. Yeah, I remember those days. Just basic forest before there were like Yavimayas and Boseijus and all those good ones.
Interesting. Are more like all in potentially?
God. Yeah, it's Tess, I think.
Oh, Bowmaster.
Interesting.
Maybe they have like an echo deck,
Oh yeah.
which we do have like crop for Glacial Chasm.
Oh god, yeah. Looks like that's what's gonna happen.
Double
But
echo.
we don't have the lands to do it. Yeah, this is just gonna hurt a lot. Trying to
Of
think
course.
like,
Yeah, because we have to sack a land as it comes into play as well.
yeah. Trying to think if it's worth just like scooping or if there's anything we could possibly do.
I think the only thing that would work here is Talon Gates, which would be kind of cool. But I think otherwise, yeah, it's just.
I mean, I guess you could let them wheel one time. Yeah. No, I respect it.
Thank you. Okay, I feel like this seems like a Vale matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Chromox. I would just bring in the Force of Vigors as well, because there's probably not much else that's better. And probably also Surgicals, but maybe that's loose. Baubles are good. Probably Kozilek's commands are not worth having.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too
Too
slow.
mana-intensive.
Yeah.
And maybe just the big Eldrazi as well.
Yeah.
And just try and win with Karn.
Nice. I think like a Vexing Bauble or Vale opening would be nice.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen these wheel decks in a while. They just play like a Bowmaster and then Echo of Eons.
Yeah, I've never played against it.
Yeah, there's like a list that was popularized by Michael Reed before that. Yeah, I think I would ship this to the hand. I think we probably just want like. I mean, it does have like the 2-card combo, but
a little bit slow.
I think, yeah, I'd rather have a piece of fate. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this much better. So we can play our Bauble.
Probably
yeah.
Deeps.
Agree.
And then lead on tower.
Yeah, I like that. And then if we get a second turn, we could drop rot something and get the other land. Yeah, it's a lack of synergy of Surgical plus Bauble for sure, but I feel like Surgical is just so much more like impactful than Fairy Macabre in some spots. Like,
yeah, I understand
to put
that.
up with like the of course. Yeah. And I guess if we need to, we could.
One thing they can do as well is just Veil of Summer and then cast their 0-drops.
Right, yeah. Maybe I'm putting too much like faith in this Bauble, but yeah, it's definitely it's not the be all end all for sure. Just Bowmaster again into Echo.
2 red. Wish. Okay.
Interesting.
Wear down. Oh, this is a gift card. This is cool. So, sorcery, gift a card. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast it. If you do, they draw a card before its other effects. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If the gift was promised and said destroy 2.
Interesting. Well, I hope we draw like a Karn next turn, and then we could crop rot, get our other lands, and.
It's probably still a land we play because it's probably the one we want to crop rotate away.
Agreed, yeah. I kind of don't want to use the Boseiju just yet, because maybe there'd be something worth, like, Boseijuing either as well.
Yeah. If we want to as well, we could crop the tab away into the Nexus and then use the Nexus to make black mana to then actually cast the Surgical to get around the Vexing, if that comes up.
Yeah, that's true as well. I didn't even think about that.
So I think here we just draw a card.
Yeah. They just unlocked our Surgical. See if we can get him.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
So Nexus is great here because it turns on the tower.
Let's see. How much mana could we possibly have? I guess we aren't quite at lattice mana yet, but...
Yes, because if we got rid of the tab with the Spirit Guide, we would have 3 off the crop. So it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, because we'd have to... Yeah, we're 1 mana short if we crop rot and got another tower.
This is such a first world problem, but I don't believe we can cast the Karn, but also hold up 1 mana outside of the Spirit Guide to make like a green.
Let's see.
Because it's tap 2 or tap 3 for 5.
If we were willing to part with the crop rotation, could we do it then? I'm trying to think. No, I get them. We'd be using like our only green mana. So
yeah, I think it's just this.
Yeah, I would just pay that way. Yeah, and then yeah.
Nice.
Then the next question is, do we want to get like? We could get a ballista and like potentially kill like a bowmaster if they play it.
I don't mind that.
If we do that, I feel like we should probably crop right away the Tabernacle and get like a tower. But no, I guess just a bowmaster or the ballista for 1 is probably fine still. Yeah, just do that.
Yes. Ballista. Nice.
And then hopefully next turn we can just lattice them.
I wonder if they run a basic. I guess, sorry, Boseiju can get jewels, so that thought is irrelevant. I didn't say anything, Tony.
No, no, I was just no, that's good thinking.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay. My only other thought is it worth having a Bauble in the sideboard for Karn, or is Bauble just one of the cards you want to see in your opening hand that you really want to have all 4?
I'm thinking probably just keep them all main deck.
Yes, and I think a reason for that as well is that Bauble is most likely getting rid of their, or like countering their LEDs and Lotus Petals, but Karn's turning them off anyway. So by playing a card to
Oh
search
yeah.
for Vexing Bauble, you're kind of just doubling up on the same thing. So
No, you're right. Yeah, I think I like them all main deck. Surgical. You think we should cut surgical? Maybe it's. I'm trying to think like what we could possibly get off it. It was more just like a general answer after the first game, but it's possible that maybe that's not worth having.
yeah, I think it's a little bit too tricky potentially to like get an echo with it. Like you'd have to like Boseiju the LED and then before they can cast it, surgical.
Yeah, it still might just be better for whatever reason than like it's definitely better than like a big Eldrazi. I feel like. Yeah, I guess we could bring in a couple Kozilek's commands. Maybe that would be like an answer to a Bowmaster potentially.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
There was times when I did want a Wasteland. I I haven't tested it enough yet, but I could definitely see having a Wasteland. Like, there's definitely a case to be made for including it.
I do love that there is a case where echoing Dees can copy your opponent's wasteland in their graveyard. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, right. Pretty awesome.
On the draw, Spirit Guide Vale would be fantastic, but you can't have everything.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I feel like this is probably worth keeping.
Yeah.
Like you said, like how likely is it that we're gonna have like Spirit Guide plus Veil?
Yeah. And I think the nice thing about this hand as well is that it just have a nice plan as well to it.
Yeah, yeah. Did they keep or mulligan?
They kept.
Okay.
That's a great sign.
Oh, what's up, Mike?
That's not.
This is a variation of one of your decks. I remember this Bowmaster Wheel deck.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just tower into Bauble. I mean, obviously they played around it, but I don't know. Maybe whatever.
A little bit tricky, but
Just thinking if we held up crop rotation, like what good is that really going to do us?
interesting.
Yeah, that's good for us.
Oh, they just want to get the storm count.
Oh, okay. We're probably dead. Yeah. A lot of bad guys still have Bauble as well. Oh, that's really bad. It's gonna be
Echo.
for Echo.
We can try.
Yeah, I'll just at least let him do one wheel and then I guess see. Yeah, exactly. ECP math. There were some spots where like I feel like it was like an Eldrazi opponent was already kind of like had their mana tied up with like a Tabernacle, and like a Wasteland would have been pretty useful to take them off the rest of the mana. Just I don't know. Just thinking like just generally if like getting a Wasteland off of a Mycospawn when you're already kind of short on resources, whether like that's a good use of a land tutor or not. And I feel like a lot of times it's not, but I think maybe for a couple specific situations it's like good enough that I guess it could probably warrant playing.
Interesting. They went for Molten Collapse.
What the?
That was not what I was expecting. Especially now that we do have key command open.
Yeah.
And we have like the line of forest into
Yeah.
crop. Wow.
Which one is Molten Collapse again? Sorry.
Molten Collapse is pretty much the new Dreadbore.
Oh yeah, right. Gotcha. Okay.
Which honestly, I'm pretty happy with. Forest crop for Planar Nexus, which then gives us access to 4 mana which is enough to key command, get rid of the 2-drop, and also make 2 spawns, and then just cast another bauble, because they obviously care about this one.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like it. So yeah, let's do that.
Potentially having the yeah, we need to get rid of the green. No, we don't, because we have the this card's insane. We get to make mana and also exile.
Yeah, yeah. Exile.
Choose
yeah.
us, choose this.
Yeah, then we don't even have to pitch the spirit guide. It's nice.
Yeah. Bang. Just get that one turn is so huge.
Yeah. No, I like it. Good thinking.
Okay, there's the echo. Do we want to float the spirit guide?
Yeah, I feel like doing it.
Especially if we draw into Vale. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, how to do it.
Or crop. Okay.
It's a crop.
There's nothing great to crop here anyway, so we'll just pass.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah. We've got a ring, which just buys us another turn. I think usually.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we can ring first to make sure we know what we want to make for the land drop.
Yeah.
Ooh. Probably still CloudPost, and then we can tower next turn potentially. Or we can tower and draw off 2 of the
Or we could play Forest and hold like
crop.
Vale mana potentially off, or Crop Rot. Well, I guess we don't really need Vale now that we have Ring, but no, I guess we're pretty safe. I guess it's like safe enough to play a non-green source. So yeah, I'd say CloudPost.
Yeah, it gets us the extra mana for next turn.
Yeah.
We currently have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana in play.
Yeah. So if we find a Karn, we could just go for the win with the tower. Huh.
We could move towards Eye of Ugin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we played the forest, we could.
Yeah. Well, if we play the tower, I guess we could still potentially.
Oh, the Nexus. Yeah.
Yeah, then we could like sack the Nexus, and then the following turn play another Nexus. And that would set us up better in case they like do something next turn. How do you feel about maybe popping a Bauble and see if we can find like a Karn? I don't know if it's like okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we have another replacement one in hand.
Ooh.
Just ooh.
They have 6 cards.
Yeah, I kind of like.
You go.
I kind of like the idea of playing out a new ring, but keeping the old one, so we draw more next turn.
Yeah, I like that as well.
So
I think we still play the tower.
Yeah, I like a, and then play a tower or a bauble plus ring.
Yes, which we can do off the tower.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's true. We only have Mycospawn off of Eye. We don't have the big guys. But
That's a really good one from chat. Thank you.
yeah. Which still might be worth doing, but I think our best bet is just to try and find a Karn as fast as possible.
This isn't too bad because we have we go to discard, we discard the Bojuka Bog, and then we crop rotation for Echoing Deeps with Planar Nexus to get rid of the Echo.
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, make sure just discard the bog.
Probably just getting rid of the Planar Nexus because we have one to play.
Yeah, I like it. And I wouldn't give them any chance to like just play like a blue source land or anything.
Nice.
Oh, that's really good.
Interesting. Sounds like they're going for Storm, or feels like they're going for Storm.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because we also have protection.
Yeah, unless they have that like that approach of the second sun card, I don't think they can actually kill us this turn. Gamble.
They have one card.
Bowmaster, maybe?
That's pretty sweet.
Oh, that's really good.
So we want to draw first.
Yeah.
Because even if they have... Oh, there's Karn, there's Vale. Woof. Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I would just go for the win. Echo. Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Nice.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Nice job.
Very nice. All right. Let's go for that trophy. That'd be very cool.
Oh, that was good thinking with that bog.
Yeah, that's what Echoing Deeps is really nice. Like, obviously great we can discard to hand size with the Bojuka Bog so that the Echoing Deeps can target it, because otherwise we're stuck with it in hand.
Yeah. I don't know if this ever happens to you on like depths all that often, but like sometimes it's like the one land that you need to not draw for a turn. It just needs to like stay in your library so you can like get it later, and then of course you just like draw it.
Yeah. One pretty like probably basic thing about it that I actually did not know is that the ETB effect is a May ability. So if you need an untapped source, you can just play it as pretty much a waste.
Yeah.
It doesn't always come in tapped, which...
It's nice to have that like versatility.
Yeah, like I didn't know if my opponent had days, but it allowed me to play around days, which was just really nice to, really good.
Yeah, the card's sick.
Would you call it?
Oh, sorry.
What would you call that? Like, what would you call that deck?
The one we played against just now?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it reminds me of that, it was like Mono Black before Modern Horizons 3, but it was just like, it would play kind of like Tess. It would get a Bowmasters out with like Mana Rocks, and then it would just Echo and kill you that way. And I think it had, Beseech the Mirror. Yeah, okay. It definitely did. Just, I would call it kind of like a cross between Tess and, I don't know.
That's cool that, yeah, it looks fun to play if you're a combo player. I didn't know that Vesuva is you may have Vesuva enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land, but if you have a Yavimaya out, it just comes into play as an untapped forest.
So the things you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have a local scene? Do you have CloudPost in paper?
Yeah, I do. We have a pretty good scene out here in Arizona. We have like pretty much like monthly legacy tournaments, and the last time I played in one, like I've just been kind of like busy with work, so I haven't got a chance to play in many of them. But I remember a couple of years ago we were able to get like sometimes like 50 to 60 players in like a tourney. So yeah, we have a great scene out here in Arizona. If anybody out there ever moves to Arizona and you want to play Legacy, do that here.
I think I like this. Like turn 2 Karn or Ring.
Yeah, I like it.
Probably leading on the Karakas because it's a land would be happy to get wastelanded because we can crop in response.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Echo Saga Store. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Tower with Planar Nexus today has been insane. Just that ability to ramp so quickly.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not a blue deck, because.
Maybe we're looking at. Look, it could be like a mono black Urza's Saga deck with Retrofitted Foundry, but the other day I played against ninjas for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Which I think obviously Karn's pretty great there. Oh,
No.
that is pretty funny.
I kind of still feel like just going for it.
Yeah,
Is that too loose or?
that is funny. I guess in that case, it's best here to get. I guess if it resolves.
Don't counter.
Oof.
Magic.
That's all good. If it resolves, I guess getting Tower is best.
Oh yeah, because that one's better in multiples. Well, I guess they would have just forced the threat anyway, so it's one less force we have to deal with.
Hmm. Interesting.
Whoa. I can't believe as a blue and black deck that we play Psychic Frog.
I don't mind going after the frog here.
Yeah, I think we should. It'll suck if we get dazed, but I still think.
They just got rid of a force, so let's hope not. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And now we also work towards playing around days for as long as we want.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like definitely ninjas, right? Blue,
I think so. What is the best draw, Tony? What is the draw you want off the top?
Urza's Tower.
Nice. I'm going to say another command. Oh my gosh. See, that's why you play CloudPost. 6, 7, 8, 9 mana.
Yeah. So they can make it have flying next turn.
Hmm.
And they could potentially kill the Karn if they did.
Yeah.
Do you think is it worth getting trying for like a Karn to Ensnaring Bridge?
That's pretty interesting.
I mean, I guess they can slip under it and kill it and then up it.
Yes.
But then it might protect us later down the line.
We can ring and Karn.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. I guess we could start with
probably Karn. Just in...
Yeah. And then if they counter this, we still have a backup one.
Exactly. Okay. Have you? I assume not, but with a Karn package that always comes up. Have you ever wanted to play an artifact land?
It's not a bad idea, but I feel like it wouldn't come up. Hold up. No, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
No, I think you're right, Tim. I think Karn Bridge would have been fine for like the next Karn, but this is fine too. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe whatever the green artifact land is, Tree of Tales. Would be
Yes.
like an idea. It
I
just
think,
feels like in practice, like you never really would choose to search it up, but
yeah. Uh, I'm, I'm also happy to draw here just to play around Orc for turn.
yeah, I like it.
Nice. And then just,
Gee.
I guess we could have also made I guess it doesn't matter because we have protection, so.
Yeah, I guess just tick it up on nothing.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't hit that thing. Or never mind, you're good. I thought you were targeting the retrofitter. It's like,
I was thinking about it, but I was like, there's no reason to. Like, yeah.
nah.
Just to confirm as well, we have protection, but they can still attack the Karn.
Correct, yeah. No, I think you're right, Tim. It's like, there's not many times where I'd actually want to, like... I mean, I guess if I was short on green mana, but if that were the case, it would just kind of be, like, going against, like, how the deck's already built, so... Yeah, I don't think it would be worth it. So Karn will be...
Wow, they still draw player or planeswalker? Why is that on here? Why do they need to still draw? That is nuts.
I hate it.
Oh my gosh.
It seems like it's kind of like a foregone conclusion that that card's just going to get banned. So how do you feel about...
Lettuce?
We could just go for the win, I guess. Let's see, they could make it a 4-4, and then the second card we'd have to make it block. Yeah, sure, let's try it. So yeah, Lattice, and then we'll attempt the second card.
Yes. We have yeah, okay. Doesn't really matter. But that's really great. I was thinking of like, do we draw first? But I think we already played a land and we want a Karn most likely.
Yeah.
We also have the option of just Spirit Guide as a blocker, but they would probably just give this flying anyway.
Yeah, well, we can't activate it now, but...
Very true, yeah.
Since we used that Karn that turn to get the Lattice, the Karn's just completely exposed. So
Yes.
that's just what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
But... Yeah, how about that Psychic Frog, right?
Cries in lost matches due to Psychic Frog from previous leagues. I like the thoughts of the Vale.
Me too. I kind of feel like we probably should bring the swords. I think they're probably like a Harbinger deck, if I were to guess.
Yeah.
Ninja decks would like, I remember they would sometimes have back to basics though.
Yes.
But I don't know if like the creature one would have just like kind of obsoleted back to basics.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Harbinger is cool because you could also ninjutsu it, which kind of adds to the strategy. But back to basics is probably a bit harder to deal with.
Yeah. I think I would cut the crop rotations at least here. Or
Okay.
at least some of them.
Maybe 2 for 2 Veil.
Yeah.
And then potentially Bauble? I guess they do have force days, so
Yeah, it's. What do you think? What do you think is like more important? Like stopping counters, or I don't know. We could just do like a mix of things.
yeah, I wouldn't mind like a little just trim here and there.
Maybe like cut 2 baubles. Yeah, maybe we don't need Bojuka Bog.
Yeah, just because we've seen frog doesn't mean they're on a reanimation target.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll cut the bog, and then I guess
Maybe one of these?
yeah. Let's cut Kozilek's command. Oh yeah, let's cut Ulamog, because they always bring in like Consign, and it's usually pretty bad. So yeah, cut Ulamog and a Kozilek's command.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder if the retro means Saga, or if the retro should mean they're on just ninjas, and it's there for like the Ornithopters and making the creatures they can ninjutsu.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Not up to date with like these ninja lists.
Seems pretty strong.
Yeah, I like it.
The Eldrazi spells, nice. So the eye actually makes this cheaper as well.
Yeah. Hopefully we find like a CloudPost, but seems pretty nice, like slow but steady hand.
Nice.
Oh, it's really good.
Happy to like run into Days. Tower.
Yeah, I
okay.
think it's fine.
Well, then I think we just go
Yeah.
Tower into Nexus.
It's one we wanted.
One card to think about that they're probably playing is the instant speed sideboard card from Modern Horizons 3 that you talked about before about countering triggered abilities and colorless spells.
Yeah, Consign to Memory.
Yes.
It's like the best card that's ever been printed against us. So I feel like we probably should try and kill their Psychic Frog next turn.
Ooh.
Oh, that's surprising.
I think if the plan here is to brainstorm and then fetch, I'd be happy to hold up the command here and do that in response to the fetch so they don't have blue mana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. I fully expected a Psychic Frog last turn.
Yeah, especially after a brainstorm. Okay.
Basic.
Bowmaster. I mean, pretty happy to get rid of that as well.
Agreed, yeah. And probably just make
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's so good because either it eats a Days or it plays around Days. Or it forces.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like if they had Harbinger, they'd just play it then and there.
Yeah. They're definitely setting up for it, at least.
Here we go. I think this is the new Planeswalker. Yeah.
So it's just a Planeswalker?
Yeah, so it's the turn it comes down, I believe it's a creature as well. The +1 is you get an emblem with ninjas you control get +1, which is pretty sweet. 0 is Surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent that lost a life this turn, so Surveil 2, draw a card. And then the -2 is kind of annoying. It's tap target creature and put 2 stun counters on it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I don't mind copy tower play Karn. Tick up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just trying to think if this will then kill. No.
They
Because
didn't
this
daze
is.
last turn, so
Yeah.
can we, if we, well, I guess we'll see if the Karn happens first. Now, how do you feel about if we go? No, I guess they can just kill it if we search something up, but
Mm.
I guess that's going to be expected.
Yeah, if we tick down, they have the option of like another Bowmaster to grow this one and then ping it as well, or potentially ninjutsu.
Yeah,
It's an
and
unblocked.
we know they have the Bowmaster in hand as well.
Correct.
So I think we just tick up. Yeah. So they'll ping it, put it to 5, then the thing will be a 2/2, so it'll be down to 3. So yeah, maybe next turn we can maybe make our move.
Yeah, lattice around days, and then Tabernacle. Oh, it is a creature.
Oh shit.
Apologies.
No, it's not your fault. I had no idea. Huh? It's good to know.
As long as it has one or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof during your turn. Okay. That's pretty tough because it means you can't actually Karakas it. So I don't think we have a real way around that.
That's pretty rough. Yeah, I've never even seen that card before, so.
No.
Well, at least we still have Eye, so. I mean, we're on the clock pretty. We're under a lot of pressure, but.
Mm. Yeah, it's a tough one. During your turn, it is a creature and it has the. Oh, okay. I don't mind I to go and find a sower.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. The next turn, play it. I'm pretty certain they're holding up Consign to Memory, but I guess we'll make him have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that ninja card's gonna finish us. Hopefully, even if we lose this game, hopefully they'll do us a favor and show us what kind of non-basic hate they might possibly have.
Yeah, that's true. This could be moving towards just finding out more about their list.
Man, that creature's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume here it's not worth getting Chasm.
I mean, we might have to. Might not have a choice.
Yeah.
Oh god. Is that the damage one? Yeah. Excuse me, life loss.
Have 4 cards.
Yeah, we're probably dead. Uh, if you do that, you should. No, you're right. Keep doing.
Yeah, get rid of a tower and the Nexus keep a tower.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I guess the Nexus does turn on CloudPost as well, so maybe keeping the Nexus is better.
Well, I guess if we're gonna play the Echoing Deeps, maybe it's better to just have the tower be untapped when we play it.
Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't even matter because we don't have anything for 3 mana anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe Eye was worth prop running away. I think you might be right.
Yeah. Okay. Tab kind of keeps them at bay from doing much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to like maybe the play there isn't to play like not to lose but play to win, which is probably Echoing Deeps on Planar Nexus to get it online.
Yeah, I think like I mean it is important to keep them off of like whatever nasty non-basic thing they're gonna play.
Yeah, like a Harbinger.
So, yeah, I don't hate the Tabernacle here, but I feel like our outs are probably in the form of like some sort of 4-drop, but if we have a couple turns.
I don't know if they play Wasteland themselves. I think the mana is just too tight.
I think I have seen it before, but probably pretty rare. I mean, I guess I could be useful if we draw a Mycospawn. It's possible.
Yeah, very true. Pay for this. Okay. Maybe here we Boseiju, hold up once, next turn allow the chasm to go to the bin and then Echoing Deeps it.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Hopefully you can find like I don't know.
The Soa would be cool.
Yeah, sorry, it's coughing in water.
That's all good. But yeah, this card's really hard to deal with. You need like a sack effect, I guess, or a needle.
Yeah, I don't think we just ever really answer it.
I guess you could get Walking Ballista and then kill it in our turn as a Planeswalker.
Oh yeah, right. Definitely seems like a modern day card design. No downside. It's amazing. For the third game, I'm thinking we'd probably just cut the crop rotations entirely, and then maybe probably just bring in the other 2 baubles.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I would love to find a Sowing here.
Yeah.
Probably the Nexus.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then we'll just sack the Chasm.
Mm,
I guess Tabernacle's probably not worth it anymore.
yeah.
So we need the Eye mana if we happen to draw our Mycospawn. If this Ninja's list is 4-0, it's a pretty sweet list.
Yeah. I mean, Frog in a list with Brainstorm Ponder Days. Who knew? Who knew you could just add in anything else? But it is cool to see Ninjas get some new stuff.
Mix cantrips and Psychic Frog with whatever you want, and it'll probably be successful. No, I'd rather see you with the trophy, Dukes.
Thank you. Our trophy. Okay. I do miss the old like Simic CloudPost decks with show and tell on the board.
Oh,
They were
same,
pretty cool.
yeah. Back when like top was legal, and
Yeah, that was cool.
that was yeah, I loved show and tell on this list. Do you have any like off the wall or like non-depth decks like built in paper that you ever play, or
Mono White Hammer. I like that
okay,
deck.
that's cool.
Playing the planar so we can hold up the sword.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's looking pretty tough.
Do you have a good like local like in-person legacy scene where you're at?
It's not too bad when it goes well. Like typically probably 14 to 20, probably like 14 to 16. So typically 4 rounds of Magic, which is nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet. We play every Wednesday, except for the first Wednesday each month is 7-Point Highlander, which is a singleton format.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's pretty cool.
I know a lot of people are getting into like competitive commander. It's like
CEDH.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's always cool to see like the competitive decks that come out of the woodwork in EDH.
Yeah, yeah. I know like nothing about the format, so but there must be some like broken stuff you can do.
Yeah. This might be Harbinger. Back to basics. Thankfully.
Yeah. All right, this is good information.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they probably could very well could have Harbinger as well, but at least we know for sure that they have back to basics.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Pretty sure it like has to be like a Mycospawn this next turn.
Yeah.
And
Just that ability to ramp as well.
yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be enough, but need like runner to have a chance.
guess it's post this turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe there's a world where tower off the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No.
I don't think there's anything left like any of the lands we could get, but we might as well use the eye and get a.
Yeah, that's very true.
So
We can use the eye.
because we used our Echoing Deeps already. Thinking if we get like Karakas, we bounce Yuriko, block the other guy. This is all like best case scenario, not likely to happen, but just thinking our outs. I'm sure they have like millions of counters and answers.
Yes. There's Harbinger. So we do get to go 3 white, 1.
Yeah. Maybe they won't have a force after drawing a million cards. But this is all good to know.
There it is.
Okay. Good to know that there's monsters in the world that'll play both a creature and a back to basics version.
Okay. So you said crops?
Yeah, I would take those out and then just bring in the other 2 baubles.
Nice.
And then I've been cutting Ulamog just because Consigned to Memory just like answers it completely, which we didn't see that from them, but I would assume they're probably running it.
Yeah. To be fair, we didn't give them any spells to counter.
Right.
But I do love the thought of running this back and just getting that final win.
Yeah. I have faith. We're on the play.
Especially like the 2-card combo of like Tower and Citadel, but just having the turn 1 Bauble.
Well, yeah, when you're
Planar
able
Nexus,
to
sorry.
whenever it works out just like that. So what do you think of this deck after playing it for like a league?
I love it. Bauble, Nexus, Tower, boom. That's exactly what we wanted.
Holy shit.
If only Lattice was an Eldrazi spell, it'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I wish. We're only like a tower or a spirit guide away from potentially just casting the Lattice on turn 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
That's pretty nuts. Okay. Nexus, Bauble.
Come on.
Force.
I mean, that's a not
Big
even
force.
that bad.
Yeah, especially on a Mulder 6 as well. Pitching Force Negation. Interesting. It's tough. I'm not sure how to interpret that. If that's I want to cast more Force Wills down the line, or I have a Force of Will.
Yeah. I'm a little curious now. Ooh. Yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah,
ticking
can't
up.
even days. Uh. Yeah, I think it's Well, they have that. How much is that the ninja cost of that new guy, by the way? Is it just
The
like
Planeswalker?
Yeah.
3.
Um. Just thinking like now might be our time to get something so you could use it to like block later, but
Yeah. Like a walking blister?
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. Or we could get like Ensnaring Bridge and just have that for future, because we have like 2 Karns and yeah, I think I like Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah. Because next turn.
I mean that thing is gonna attack, but once we have that down, I feel like we're protected from the Planeswalker guy. And like, but I don't know, I could like, I'm fine like with you going with your gut as well.
Yeah, it's tricky because I would expect them to get rid of the changing outcast, so trading the ballista for the 1/1, or maybe even be like ballista for 2, get the outcast. But I guess the ballista keeps the outcast off the field if they do. Because next turn, we get to play a land, we get to bridge, but they get to attack with the smaller creature and then put in after blocks the bigger creature.
Mm-hmm. Um,
I don't mind the ballista, and then maybe this Karn can get the bridge or the lattice once we have like mana and have got rid of some of our spells.
yeah, I like that reasoning. I'd say Ballista, because it'll still be. I mean, we could still get a bridge next turn if we want to.
Yeah.
And the second Karn kind of is our backup. I think I'd like a tower off the top more than anything.
Yeah, tower would be pretty sweet. Wow, nothing. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Unless it's unblocked, like now as well. Or they might just have a frog. Oh, it's a bowmaster. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not do that to grow this up, deal 2, and then finish it off?
Yeah.
I feel like we want to deal with the board before we cast the ring.
Yeah. Agreed. So that thing's gonna. I mean, one of those things is gonna get through at least. I mean, I guess you could play the Ballista.
Block and then deal damage. But then it's unblocked, so they could return it.
Yeah. You could just like ping the Bowmaster, like play it for 2, ping the Bowmaster. We'll lose the Karn regardless, but I don't know. Maybe we're just like expending too much resources then to deal with like 2 like stupid creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awkward knowing when to deal with the creatures.
Yeah. Plus, there's the matter of like if they play like back to basics or whatever the Harbinger thing is. But I guess we could still potentially answer that even. Yeah, I think it's probably just going to be better to kill the Bowmasters no matter what happens.
Yep.
Because, yeah. Yeah, I would kill the Bowmaster before it can be unblocked. Oh, interesting.
I think we're fine with that.
Yeah.
And now we get to ring. Deal with the orc, play the ring.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
They have 2 cards.
I think we're okay if it's just like force pitch a card here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we could play the Boseiju, but I think potentially finding another land to use a Planar Nexus for green for the Vale if we want that would be great.
Yeah, agreed. Another Bowmaster, maybe?
I guess consign potentially. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just play the Vale then. No, it's okay. I like holding back the land drop in case we drew like a different land. I play the Boseiju, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
This can't be blocked. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe consign is worth it. Maybe that's the reason to play the land. Oof.
Okay, that's fine.
Do we want to cycle the Vale?
Yeah, we could do that. Because we can still kill it next turn, even though we'll lose our thing.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. And I guess we don't even need to do it just yet, but we could at least start like pumping it. That's a good draw eventually. Because the creature is just a 2/2, right?
Correct.
So yeah, make sure you hold up the don't forget the land.
I played the forest.
Oh yeah, duh.
Sorry, all good.
No, my bad.
That's all good. I like the attack with both. I'm pretty happy to take both of these and just hold the ballista back.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh. Does that work?
We don't have the color list to kick it, but we could just get another land potentially.
Yeah, we could deal with the harboring it here.
And then
play the sowing. Kicked.
Yeah, that's how valuable do you think it is to like just pump the ballista
and keep it around?
Or I guess we could say you play the Eye of Ugin.
Yep.
You tap the eye and then use the eye mana plus 3 other ones, leaving the green, of course. Pumping it up to a 3/3. Then you kill the thing, and then since you have eye out, you could just cast the Mycospawn.
Nice.
Unless you'd rather kill their basic, which then maybe just get rid of the. I don't know what you think would be better.
Oof.
Because it might be worthwhile trying to keep this ballista alive.
Alive. Yeah. I like that.
Make sure you keep the green mana. Don't use the green mana to pump. Because you need to be able to cast the thing afterward.
Yep.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm dumb. I didn't even realize you could still just like kick it as well now.
Oh, because of the eye? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because we'll have the 4 mana after this.
Cast with kicker. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, do it. Love it.
And then the best land for us? Probably another tower?
Yeah, tower or CloudPost, because CloudPost, we're not doing the mana, using any more mana, and the CloudPost will be 3 next turn, so we get like a tap land out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah, that's actually a great point because CloudPost comes in tapped as well. So off the top, if there's one less CloudPost in the deck, one more tower, it means we've got a better chance of drawing an untapped land that taps for 3.
Yeah. Nice. Uh-oh. Aw, man.
That's fine because we still have the eye.
Yeah. We still have Ballista.
Yeah.
Doing work.
Yeah, Ballista's doing a huge amount of work, especially with all this mana now. I think I like clearing the board here. Oh my gosh.
Wow. I think I like just doing the same thing.
Yes. Yes. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think trophying with you definitely shows your caliber as of a player, which is very cool to happen.
No, you were a big part of that. I was missing like miscounting and stuff.
Not at all. I was doing the classic make a move, play a land, and then talk about it, and then change it up, which isn't great. That was sweet. That was really cool. I think the deck played really well. Played against a ton of different decks as well, so it's kind of cool to show the reach that CloudPost has.
Yeah, we really got like a whole like sample platter of all the different like legacy types. Like we got a combo deck. That first round was like a control matchup. Yeah, pretty sick.
Do you have an MVP for the league?
Probably. I feel like the Kozilek's command came up pretty clutch, especially in like that red Stompy matchup. Like just being able to like set up like another like a turn ahead, like extra mana, and just generally being like good creature removal. What about you? What card would you say was the MVP?
I think Vexing Bauble. I think Vexing Bauble gave us an extra turn in a lot of matchups where we didn't really have that ability otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice.
Like the storm one, it was great. And also just for like less stress, not having to worry about force or days, etc., is really nice.
Yeah.
ECP Math in the chat also says like Urza's Tower or Planar Saga, Planar Nexus. So yeah, I think Planar Nexus could definitely be one as like turning on the towers, turning on the posts.
Oh no, definitely. I guess like I would call those the MVP as well.
That's
How did you feel? How did you feel about the Swords of Plowshares in the sideboard? And like, be honest, like, do you think they're feasible to cast them or? Do you think like something should be changed?
Yeah, it's tricky because obviously you need a white source for them, and you do have the planes. It's tough because I think I would like them in a CloudPost variant that has a fetch or two, but you just don't really have the space for it. I do like that swords is just an answer all, because there are some feel bads with like Dismember where your frog opponent makes it a 5/6, or they have like just a large creature like an Archon that Dismember doesn't really do anything against. So I think it's like somewhat of a necessary evil to go like, hey, we will lose some percentage points because we do need a planes to actually cast these removal spells, but the benefit of them targeting pretty much any sort of threat that comes into play is really nice. So yeah, I'll probably stick with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I played like Dismembers in the sideboard before, which like obviously don't have the same like mana requirements, but the life loss is also just like a pretty big liability. Which
Yeah, I think you could do a split and then just keep a conscious thought of when you draw Dismember, would it be better to have the swords or vice versa? Especially if we are going to see more Harbinger of the Tides. That card seems pretty tough to deal with.
oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like yeah, there's nothing in this list I would say is like set in stone. Like I just like swap out different cards all the time. Like for instance, we weren't running like Disruptor Flutes today, and that's like a common card played in this list. So
Yes. One other trick that I sometimes do when I'm testing out things is I'll have two different versions. So I'll say I'm running the 4 swords, but I'm going to say that these 2 are Dismembers and these 2 are Swords to Plowshares. So when you draw these ones, you realize that, hey, this could have been Dismember. And then you can kind of think like, okay, in this situation, would I rather have the swords or the Dismember?
oh yeah, yeah, that's good. That's helpful.
It really helps when you drop like a playset of something to 3. Like say you, instead of running 3 Knight of the Reliquary, or instead of running 4 Knights, you run 3 and a Ramanap. But then you go back to 4 Knights. You could make one of the Knights like the promo version, and that could be your Ramanap. So you know that when you draw it, you could go, okay, would I rather have a Ramanap right now or the Knight?
Oh yeah, yeah, I like it.
But like we played, yeah, so we played against Painter, Mono Red, Jeskai Control, Ninjas, and like the test deck, which is a pretty big like range of decks. And there wasn't really a time where I felt like the deck didn't have some sort of answer or some sort of game plan against them.
Yeah, that's like more than can be said of like the old post list. You know, like
The 4 Mindbreak Traps in the sideboard, the 4 Force of Vigors, 4
yeah,
Dismembers, like 3
yeah.
Carpets.
I think
Yes.
the potential for like a 4-mana threat on the second turn like goes a long way to just like kind of shoring up your what would otherwise be really bad matchups. Just being able to threaten like a Karn against like that Storm deck, for example, that Echo Saga, that was like something that a slower Cloud Post list could never like hope to like fight against in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. Do you have any sort of plans in the near future to return to streaming?
I'd like to at some point, cause I don't know, I miss like the interaction, like the fun times, like tonight. Like thanks everybody for showing up. It'll probably never be as like regular as I used to, but I would like to still stream like every once in a while. Maybe get a challenge or something instead of just like disappearing completely. I would like to come back to streaming. I probably will at some point.
Nice. I think, does True Futurism stream at times?
I think he does. Be sure to check out his stream. He's never on at the same time I'm playing, so I think his username is like fake futurism.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, if you love CloudPost, be sure to check out his stream. He's the father of this list. So
That's very cool. Yeah, Tony, a huge thank you for coming on. Very cool to have you for the first time and hopefully not the last. And really nice to set up a positive record with a trophy. That was really cool. I really appreciate it. And I appreciated your patience as well, as this is my first time on the deck. So
no, thanks for having me on, Dukes.
you are welcome. A huge thank you to all of you who came and watched as well, who asked the questions, followed, subscribed. I will be back for the last stream of the weekend tonight with Michael Mapson in around 5 hours on a mystery deck. So you'll have to tune in to find out what that is. But yeah, Tony, always a pleasure. I hope you have a great weekend. And if you're around, I might even see you in chat for the last stream.
Yeah. No, thanks, Dukes.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to quickly see who else is streaming and send you over there. But usually this time of day, there's not too many people. So sadly, we're going to leave you there. But enjoy your weekends, and hopefully I'll see some of you, in around 5 hours from now, if you're still up.